Now it's time to hear the stories of Utes in their own words. This is Utes Insider presented by Pepsi. Here's your host, Mike Legasholt.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to another month of shows. A touch of fall in the air as we record this episode on September 1st. Some great football conversation during our last two podcasts with former Ute head coach Ron McBride, also former all-conference linebacker Mike Wright dropped by. Mike played for Utah's 2008 Sugar Bowl team. If you missed those, check them out in our archives, and we will provide more of that for you this fall as we try to feed our football fix with no games around the Pac-12 Conference. One thing that will continue this fall is the Rice-Eccles Stadium South End Zone renovation project. Work began on site last winter. It has continued throughout the spring and summer. And demolition of the current South End Zone structure got underway on August 24th. So a lot going on at Rice-Eccles Stadium as you drive by on Fifth South. A league gift of $17.5 million came in from the Ken Garff family to get this thing going. It's an $80 million project that will raise capacity to 51,444 fans at Rice-Eccles for next fall. It will include new locker rooms and training rooms for the teams and the officials as well on game days. Also a new media facility. And for the fans, this is going to be an absolute game changer. Luxury suites, loge boxes, lead seating, club seating, also a rooftop terrace part of it, and more bleacher seats added as well. To give fans some details about the project and how they can purchase their seats in the various areas, we're going to talk to two people heavily involved in this project. Sean Farrell, director of the Crimson Club for Utah Athletics, and also Austin McCormick, general manager for Legends Global Sales at the U of U. They will be our guests. They'll have all the details when we come back in just a moment.
To hear more episodes of this show and other Utah Athletics podcasts, search for them on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. Now back to more of Utes Insider presented by Pepsi.
Well, for those of you who still go to work every day and drive by Rice-Eccles Stadium along 500 South, it's obvious that things are moving along with the South End Zone renovation project. The new structure will be called the Ken Garff Performance Zone. And here to tell us all about are Sean Farrell, who is the director of the Crimson Club for Utah Athletics, and also Austin McCormick, general manager for Legends Global Sales at the U of U. Austin and Sean, thanks for the time and welcome to the show.
Thanks so much. We're happy to be here.
Thanks, Mike. Great to be here.
Great to have you with us. Well, Sean, I'll start with you. So on this project, crews mobilized on site at the stadium last winter. COVID-19's impacted so many things in recent months, but from what I've heard, the project is still moving along and is set to be completed about a year from now in the summer of 2021. How are things progressing in terms of the timetable and work being done on site?
Things are progressing well, Mike. We are still on target to complete the structure by the summer of 2021. And, the season being canceled was a blow for us and student athletes and fans. But one of the silver linings, if there is any, is it opened up our timeline a little bit, and we are running on schedule, even ahead a little bit. So things are progressing well.
Yeah, Sean, I know one of the benefits to not having a football season, and there aren't many, but one was the South End Zone current structure, which has been around since 1982, is being taken down right now. No need to keep it up this fall, so they're moving ahead with that. And to me, that's good news that they can get started on that portion of the project.
Absolutely. They just took that structure down recently, and it's kind of weird to see Rice-Eccles without it, but it means progress, so it's a good thing.
Sean, we've been sold out 64 straight games at Utah. That goes back to the 2010 opener, and there was a clear need for more areas to enhance the game day experience as well. That old structure, again, that was there since 82 has been in bad shape. The locker rooms were subpar. There wasn't a lot of space for coaches' meetings, the media, and just our growing needs as a department. So a lot of reasons for this project, but you have to be careful not to overbuild and have a lot of seats that aren't filled on a regular basis, and have also a project that does not meet demands of the fans. So Sean, going back to the planning phase of this project, which goes back a couple of years, how did they arrive at the number of seats, inventory for suites, and the premium areas and so forth?
Yeah, it's an excellent question. And part of the design of this project is how do we enhance both the student athlete and the fan experience on game day? And you're right, we don't want to overbuild and lose the fan atmosphere that we have on game days currently. And we want to maintain that sellout streak, of course. So this project involved an extensive market study that looked at the seating mix and how many seats we should add. So there was a survey that went out to, I believe, over 100,000 people. We had a great response. And they were able to come up with an ideal seating mix that will enhance the game day experience. And then, as you mentioned, this will provide some hugely needed upgrades for our football team and student athletes. So, a new locker rooms, new sports medicine areas, a new recruiting lounge. So this really brings us in line and even ahead of our peers in a lot of ways.
Capacity will increase at Rice-Eccles from 45,807 to 51,444. That was Sean Farrell, director of the Crimson Club for the U. And also with this, as I mentioned, Austin McCormick, who is the general manager for Legends Global Sales. And Austin, this question for you. Sean and I have been working from home since middle of March, and you were for a stretch as well. We have a beautiful preview center that's part of the ticket office at Rice-Eccles Stadium. That was closed for a bit, but it's back open again. So how has business been for you during the summer months as you now can entertain people in that gorgeous preview center once again?
Absolutely. And thanks again for having me today, Mike. I think that, this is such an exciting time for all of campus and exciting for Legends to be here, of course, with you guys. And as we have, of course, gone through all of the COVID arrangements and working remotely, our team was able to become better salespeople and engage with people virtually in their homes. And I think that was just a really nice piece to offer because, we still need to continue our sales progress, but it was nice to connect with them. And even if, for the most part, some of them we were able to just check on them and their families virtually. Now, since we have been back into the preview center over the last 4 weeks, we were on like a rotating schedule for the staff, but as of last week, we are actually having our staff in there. And when it comes to protocol, what we are doing is we are strategically lining up the donors to come in at separate times. We're doing temperature checks, face mask, the whole nine, wiping everything down to make sure that we provide a very safe environment for them. And just this past week, we had 23 people come in person to come down, due to it being their specific time to come in and learn about the premium seating. So sales has continued throughout COVID. It has continued throughout, this hard time for many folks, but we are very appreciative of everyone who's met with us virtually. And then we also have folks that met virtually and now are coming into the space.
Well, Austin, from what I've heard, even during the shutdown due to COVID-19, that the excitement for this project was still pretty high, even though people had to meet remotely, that people were still interested in inventory and what you had. And it sounds like it's been a pretty brisk sales process. Now that you're back in person at the preview center, has things picked up a little bit the past month or so?
So this past month, we've done over $500,000 in capital gifts
Wow.
for the Ken Garff Performance Zone. So things have definitely taken off. And like you said, we did have tons of success over the break. I think allowing people to come into the space, as you mentioned, it's a beautiful place. They can actually sit in the loge box. They can actually sit in the ledge seating. We have all kinds of different options, that are available for them to take a look at as we continue to narrow in on the seating arrangement.
Well, lots of options in this new structure. Again, capacity will increase to 51,444. There will be some bleacher seats and more of them. But I think the thing I'm excited about, Austin, are just the options fans will have. There's luxury suites, loge boxes, ledge seating, club seating, rooftop terrace area, just a lot of options for fans to tap into. Tell us about the options you have available in this new Ken Garff Performance Zone structure.
Absolutely. So as you mentioned, we have 14 luxury suites that are absolutely gorgeous. They're going to have essentially 3 different areas. So there'll be the interior area that has a beautiful, flexible design, an outdoor area that's going to have a TV and fire pit. And then it'll also go out into the seating bowl to the 12 seats that are out front. When it gets down to our loge boxes, which is a product that we sold in roughly 2.5, 3 weeks when we initially launched our sales process in February. The loge boxes are, again, a flexible seating design. It's going to have some TVs with some in-seat service and get access to the premium club space that will be available to the loge boxes. And just to hit on the club space, so the suites, the loge boxes, the ledge seating, and the club seats all have access into the main premium club space. And you hit on the rooftop terrace too, Mike. So the rooftop terrace, we are going to be selling that after we sell out of the club seats. So that will be something on the rooftop that we will, again, offer to donors by giving level. And we'll invite all of them into the preview center to see these spaces.
So you mentioned the TV screens available in the various areas for a person who buys into these in terms of food and access to some common areas. What's all included in the purchase of seating in these various areas?
The suites, the loge, the ledge, and the club all have access, like I was saying, into the main club space. So essentially, we want to create a VIP premium experience from the time folks arrive to the stadium. And we're still working through tons of those logistics. So they'll come in, they'll walk into the club space where we'll have all-inclusive food and beverage. There's TVs, fireplaces, tons of areas to relax and get out of the cold or the heat. And so it's really going to be a top-notch area. And then as far as the rooftop is going to be absolutely gorgeous as well. Those folks will have access to private restrooms and concessions.
Very good. I've seen the renderings. I love the addition of fire pits. I mean, I just think in this part of the country, it's going to be a nice option. People love sitting outside and enjoying some fresh air and enjoying a fire. Now they can watch a football game while they're doing it. And it's going to be a fantastic upgrade and some more options for fans. I mean, right now we have, I think, 25 suites is all in the club area, and this will give us a lot more to offer. Sean, Farrell, I'll come back to you. So Austin just went over all the options of suites and loge boxes, lead seating, club seating, the rooftop terrace areas. There's bleacher seating as well. For people who are interested, especially if you're not a Crimson Club member, how can you get involved? How can you purchase some seats in this new area?
If you are not a Crimson Club member, you will have an opportunity to purchase seats in these areas. Our priority is, of course, selling to our donors first, giving them the first right of refusal, and we're reaching out to them in order of annual giving level. And if someone is interested and would like to join the Crimson Club to be a part of that process, they are more than welcome to. And if you'd like, you can sign up on KenGarffPerformanceZone.com to be an insider. And regardless of your status as a Crimson Club member or not, you will receive information if you sign up to be an insider.
Austin, one more question for you. So let's say I'm interested in buying some seating. My question would be, what's my commitment in terms of length of the lease, some costs, what's all involved in the commitment for me as a fan who wants to get involved in this?
When it comes to the commitment, as you mentioned, there's two separate components. So the first one is a one-time capital gift, and that varies based on the seat or the actual option that you're looking at. So there's a one-time gift that is going back to support the project, and that's a one-time gift that you can either pay out separately over 3 years, or you can pay it up front for a discount. And then the second component is something that everyone who is currently a donor would be used to, which would consist of their ticket costs as well as their contribution to the Crimson Club. And one thing that is very unique about the second component when it comes to the suites, the loge, the ledge, and the club seating, that second pricing is going to take care of your all-inclusive food and beverage in the club space.
And also, I know you've been selling the various pieces of real estate by level, and you've been working your way through your inventory and the levels of Crimson Club membership. What are you selling at this point to people?
We are right now on the ledge seating. We are about halfway sold through the ledge seats. And, like I said, please feel free to reach out to us at any time if anyone has any questions on anything. We are reaching out, like you mentioned, by donor level, but we would love to have you into the preview center. I've had people recently asking me, hey, I know we got the email 3-4 months ago. Life was a little crazy. Can we still come in? The question is absolutely. We would love to meet with anyone who is a donor, and we can always go over the process and share the project with you. It's just as we work our way through the different specific, I would say, products. So from ledge to club to rooftop, that will be based on your annual giving.
Very good. And you mentioned that club seating is now just recently available. Let's say I'm someone who wants to be involved in this rooftop terrace area. That appeals to me. I can't buy it right now, but if I give you a call or come in, I can get some information. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can call us at any time. And, our job is to make sure that we're taking the best care of every single donor. So if you have any questions or you have a request, we're actually able to flag your account. If you're interested in the rooftop terrace, and then once we got to your giving level, we could call you the first day that it goes on sale. So it's of nothing for you to try to keep up with as far as a timeline or anything like that. So just reach out to us and we'll take the best care of you.
An exciting time. If you've driven by, there's a lot of dirt being moved around, but soon the structure will actually be going up. And Sean mentioned the current south end zone building, the Spence Clark building that was built in 1982. It's being demolished, and we'll see a lot of activity soon. Exciting stuff. Sean Farrell, director of the Crimson Club, and Austin McCormick, GM for Legends Global Sales, our guests. Both of you, thanks for joining us, and we appreciate the time.
Thank you so much. Can't wait to see everyone.
Hope so soon. Back to wrap things up in just a moment.
For more on Utah athletics, including up-to-date schedules and ticket information, log on to UtahUtes.com. Now back to more of Utes Insider presented by Pepsi.
And our thanks once again to Austin McCormick, General Manager for Legends Global Sales at the U of U, and also Sean Farrell, Director of the Crimson Club. A couple of details to work in as we wrap things up. The inventory in the various areas of the new Ken Garff Performance Zone is being sold one section at a time and is being offered to Crimson Club members according to their current giving level. And also for those who already have seats in the south end zone, they'll be given preference for purchasing the inventory in all the areas of the new Ken Garff Performance Zone. For more information, you can call 801-213-1192 or go to KenGarffPerformanceZone.com. I also mentioned that the Spence Clark building, which was the South End Zone structure since 1982, is being demolished. Well, we were very sad to hear that Spence Clark and his wife Jill were recently killed in an automobile accident. Their son Steve Clark was an All-American defensive lineman at Utah from 1978 to 81. So our thoughts and prayers go out to Steve and the entire Clark family. That will do it for our show. Thanks to Mike Gilliland on the technical side. I'm Mike Lagerschultz. Until next time, so long, everybody.
This has been Utes Insider presented by Pepsi. To hear more episodes of this show and other Utah athletics podcasts, search for them on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube.